Hello, I'm Todd Hicks.
And I'm Joe Rimmelsbach.
And on behalf of the Department of Plant Pathology and OTF, welcome to this week's Turf Tips. Weather-wise, it looks like after we've had some hit or miss rains, depending on which part of Ohio you're in, we're going to dry out for at least the next 8 to 10 days. Weather temperature is going to cool down in the 70s, going to get real cool into the 50s at night. So as far as disease pressure, the only thing we're really going to have a threat of is having dollar spot pressure come back to haunt us. For about the last 2 weeks, it's been relatively mild. We've been hot enough. Dollar spot's not really been around. A lot of you have been able to recover. If you're not all the way there, or you haven't started that process, now's the time to do it. Get some protection on before you battle this into the fall. The other thing with this weather pattern we're looking at is not really disease, but localized dry spot. We dried out really quick, and it caught a lot of people off guard. So it's something else you might want to look at. From the superintendents I've talked to around the state, a lot of you are getting ready to, or already have, or in the process of, some kind of aeration. Be very careful with that. We want this to be beneficial and not cause more damage than we already have. Remember, we went into August with short roots earlier than normal. We're coming out with those short roots. Just take it easy on that turf. Try to get those roots back before the fall. So we put everything to bed nice, neat, and healthy. What are you seeing on the high-cut stuff, Joe?
Well, I'm going to make a few comments about golf first. Following up on Todd's comments about roots, if you're having problems with short roots, shorter than normal, always keep in the back of your mind the potential for nematodes. We've gotten 2 samples in. People asked to check for nematodes, and we had moderate to high levels, levels that they really need to treat. So whenever you have short roots, never discount the potential of nematodes. Even though they're not widespread in Ohio, you can have that occasional green on golf courses, and they can be a significant problem. And we have some good products now that you can use. The other thing I want to mention then is gray leaf spot. We had our first confirmed case of that this week, and I'll talk more about that specifically as we go through high-cut turf things. But if you have ryegrass and it's going out, there's plenty of soil moisture, the other grass species look good, it's a good chance you have gray leaf spot. So on high-cut turf, rust continues to be a substantial problem. It's widespread. At this time, as far as management of it, the key would be to get the turf to grow. So any way you can have adequate soil moisture and fertility to grow out of the problem. Fungicides are going to be very ineffective right now to really have a tremendous impact on rust. We continue to get samples in of patches of grass dying in high-cut areas. People thinking maybe they have a disease, or people complaining a lawn application was made and these patches are turning brown, and we've had several cases that continue of Poa trivialis, rough stalk bluegrass dying out. Mowing stress, I'll send some pictures that can be posted here of very distinct lines or streaks on lawns that are brown, and these are areas in northeast Ohio especially that are still running dry, and they're being mowed by commercial mowers, and they have distinct lines. The turf is being damaged by just the weight of the wheels with wilted turf. If you can check the crowns, if they're still alive, you have good recovery, but it can be very dramatic. People may question spreader damage or chemical damage. And then as far as gray leaf spot, again, symptoms, it'll just be confined to the perennial ryegrass. Other species are not affected. Don't let the name fool you. It's not just a harmless little flecking on the leaves. It's a killer. It produces a toxin, and it does kill the plants. And the site we had here in Columbus recently, it's a reoccurrence in that site. So if you've had it in the past, whether it be on lawns or fairways or athletic fields, and you're struggling with ryegrass looking poorly, it may be gray leaf spot. We'd be happy to check samples out for you on that. The last thing I'd like to just mention, as we're at the end of August, of course, most of you know this is an ideal time to do renovation work, seeding work. We have a handout here talking about different types of cool season grasses and pros and cons of them if you're going to select those for renovation work. But now would be the ideal time to do renovation work and to maybe change the type of grass you're managing for something more desirable or more problem-free. So that's all I have. And it's beautiful weather. Enjoy the week. It should be a nice one.
Remember, any information we talk about or that you want to explore further, check out our website. It should be posted on there. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.